What's up, Gunline? It's Lopez here, coming to you with a new On the Gunline podcast presents VETBRO Reactions with your favorite Gunline chief slash VETBRO extraordinaire, Lopez. Hey, check it. I've been down the last couple of days with the flu, hence why I haven't dropped any reactions lately. But today I have a couple that were submitted to me to react to. So I'm going to go ahead and react to them, man. I'm not going to keep y'all waiting too long. I don't want to make these videos way too long either. So let's go ahead and get to it. And today's episode, it's going to be produced by L Hunt. L Hunt is the producer of today's episode. And so what I'm going to start doing for those who send me the reaction videos, then I use them to react, I will make you the honorary producer of that episode. So today, shout out to L Hunt, my on again, off again co-host. And let's see what he shot out to me, man. Hijo de su madre. He sent me 3 videos, but it looks like one was deleted. So we're gonna check out the very first one first, and then we'll share what it says. All right. And because I saw the why the Army canceled the shark attack tradition at boot camp is what I see it says on here, I decided to wear my, check this out. Bam. I don't know if you could read it, but that was a shirt that was gifted to me by also a friend of the podcast, Tyrone Portobello. He had gifted me U.S. Army shark attack veteran when we heard that a lot of this shit was coming up. So anyway, so Hunt sent this to me to go ahead and react to. So without further ado, let's go ahead and make that happen. Go ahead and share that screen. Excuse me if you hear the sniffles, y'all. That's right, I said the sniffles. All right, so here we go. All right, so part 1, why the Army canceled the shark attack tradition at boot camp, which I just want to be fair and unbiased. I completely hate the fact that they got rid of the shark attack. It held a purpose. But what I'll do is I'll let it play, and I'll make some commentary on top of it, and maybe we'll come back and redo it again if we have to. That is a big boy. Oh, he's pecking the head.
This is the shark attack. A mandatory rite of passage for every future U.S. Army soldier on day 1 of basic training.
Good! Hurry up!
At least it used to be.
You're a tough guy. Do something! That's what I thought.
In September, the Army announced that the shark attack will no longer take place.
This year, we developed a new training event for our initial entry soldiers.
Hustle! Let's go!
Instead, the shark attack has been replaced by what you see here.
Whoa! Hey!
An event called the First 100 Yards.
I think there was a time and a place for the shark attack. We already know it's a cultural thing, but I think we can make this better.
Right there! Look at that right there!
Business Insider recorded this footage of a shark attack.
All right, so just in case there's copyright or something, I don't know, but I don't see anything wrong with this. I think that this was a good way to jumpstart your life into the military, to see what your next couple of years are going to be like. Is it going to be like this? No, it's not. It's breaking the civilian out of you. This was meant to break the civilian out of you and to weed out the weak.
Attack inside Fort Benning in February.
We got another big boy
beginning their training in the armor school.
You know, we're breaking a lot of habits from the civilian world, and nothing better than a little shock to the system to let us start our training.
Look at the side join the Army and you can't pick that back up.
With the Army's announced change, this may be some of the last footage of a shark attack to ever be recorded.
Why can't you follow simple instructions?
And according to the Army, when this footage was recorded in February, the plan to transition away from the shark attack was already in motion.
Somebody stand to the wall. Let's go. Get your feet moving.
Fortenberry said he began to reevaluate the
All right. So shout out to Hunt for sending me a video that's half. But hey, give me one quick second, y'all. Good night. All right. Shout out to Hunt for sending me this video. Let's go ahead and break it down now.
Why are you switching back? Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
So there's nothing wrong with what's going on here. He's telling them to shut up.
The hell up. Why are you switching back? Pick the right one up and put it over your damn head. Do you understand me? Yes, sir.
All right. Well, what's going on right there? What's so wrong about what just happened right there? Nothing. He was asking him a question and told him to shut up and then, put the bag over his head. He's not getting physical with him. He's just making him do physical work. I will say, though, whoever allowed this gentleman, this young man, into the military that big is wrong. Is very wrong. Because he more than likely will have to be recycled unless by some God-given miracle he's allowed to. I mean, he passes the PT test. And I don't know. You know what? I'm be quiet. I don't know. I've been out, so I don't know what. I've heard the ACFT is really, really challenging. So
This
way. Let's go.
is the shark attack,
Get off your head. Get off your head.
a mandatory rite of passage for
this is meant to make you question, did you do the right thing? Did you do it because you saw Call of Duty and thought it was going to be cool, or did you do it because you really wanted to be a soldier?
every future U.S. Army soldier on day one of basic training.
Now, I don't know about buses.
Hurry up.
We had cattle
At
cars.
least it used to be.
You're a tough guy. Do something. Do something. That's what I thought.
In September, the
They're not
Army
even using
announced
foul
that
language.
The shark attack will no longer take place.
This year, we developed a new training event.
You know what bothers me about this, though? And I'm going to say it afterwards. But there's a command sergeant major here. He's double stacked and has a CIB. So he's been through some shit. And the CIB, if you know, you know. But the airborne air assault, so he's gone through rigorous training. And now he wants to change it up. Why why reinvent the wheel? If it's been working, why are you trying to soften it up?
For our initial entry soldiers.
Hustle. Let's go.
Instead, the shark attack
They're not even carrying their gear. Where's their gear? You know what? Let me guess. Cadre probably already came and picked it up, and did they already put them in their barracks and tucked it away? Did the cadre already put the display for them too?
replaced by what you see here.
Whoa. Hey.
An event called the First 100 Yards.
I think there was a time and a place for the shark attack. We already know it's a cultural thing, but I think we can make this better.
Right there! Right there!
I ain't gonna lie. I'll stand in parade rest for her all day, any day.
You are right there!
Business Insider recorded this footage of a shark attack inside Fort Benning in February, showing
Look, another big boy right there. That's another disservice that the recruiters are doing right there. There's no way somebody that big should be allowed in, bro. There's just no way. Other than that, I mean, hey, give him credit for having the heart to go do it, and hopefully doesn't quit on him during basic.
future soldiers beginning their training in the armor school.
Okay, so this must be some type of OSUT, because if they're beginning training for their armor school, that means they're doing one station unit training, which would be it's integrated between basic training as well as their AIT together. So they must have brought OSUT back. To that, I commend them 1,000%. Because it just made things different. But these drill sergeants, if you look at them, they have the look, the authoritarian look. that you would want a drill sergeant to have. The
We're
commanding
breaking a lot of
presence.
habits from the civilian world, and nothing better than a little shock to the system to let us start our training.
So what I wanted to say earlier with the command sergeant major and this gentleman here, it's sad to see that the officer is more in tune with how it should be ran and how training should be conducted than the NCO. Because normally NCOs, we're about it, rowdy. You know what I'm saying? And it usually it'll be flipped around where the NCO would be saying this and the officer would be saying what the NCO
start
said.
our training.
You decided to join the Army and you can't pick that back.
That's right, baby.
The Army's announced change. This may be some of the last footage of a shark.
Good job, Hernandez. I mean, they're not even doing nothing. I mean, trust me, it breaks you off having that shit over your head for a long time. It's going to break you off. You have all your TA-50 in there.
Attack to ever be recorded.
Why can't you follow simple instructions?
And according to the Army, when this footage was recorded in February, the plan to transition away from the
It was at this moment he knew he fucked up. Like you can see he's wondering, like, what the hell did I done do? Why did I join the Army again? Why did I do? Oh yeah, I got child support. Never mind. And but homeboy back here, he's all about it. He knows not to. Oh, they see over there back there. Homeboy back there's getting the business. He's getting the business back there. He got two of them on his ass. But this fool like, I ain't moving. This fool's head shouldn't even be moving.
shark attack was already in motion. Fortenberry said he began to reevaluate the
You know, that's a trip to me. These cats here, it's good training. Good training. And what a lot of people don't understand, and I want y'all to understand this, y'all, that basic training, all right, it's not like that the whole time, okay? It's only like that for like the first 2 weeks where you're getting yelled at and shit on pretty much the first 2 weeks. And that's because they're trying to, like the colonel said earlier, they're trying to break old habits out of you, all right? And during that process as well, they're trying to weed out the weak. You're not wanted there if you're going to be a weak piece of shit. You know what I mean? You're just going to be a liability. And if you're a liability, you're no good to no one. So with all this, like anybody who serves should serve. Anybody who wants to serve should serve. No, absolutely not. Yeah, anybody who wants to serve should be allowed to try to serve to see if they got what it takes to serve in the military. But it doesn't mean that, you know, you get an automatic pass or go at this station because you decided to sign on the dotted line. No, you decided that you were gonna try out to be in the military. All right. And unfortunately, not a lot of people can make it through, either physically or mentally. And they try to push you beyond your own capacity that you believe you had. They try to extract the potential that you have and assist you in achieving the rank or the position of being a soldier. Some people just are not cut out for it. And, you know, they got to go. They have to go because at the end of the day, they're going to be a liability. If just yelling and screaming like that is going to just break your heart, how do you think it's going to be when there's rounds flying above you, the cracking, the buzzing, the whizzing, or when you hear that first boom? You know, how do you think that's going to affect you? And you got to be able to react and react correctly under stressful situations. So, anywho, I was never a drill sergeant, and I wish I would have been. That was one of my goals. Unfortunately, I was unable to attain that goal, but more than likely I would have been kicked out for being toxic by now. But anywho, let me know what y'all think with veterans, the Army who went through the shark attack phase. Let me know what y'all think versus the first 100 yards where now, you know, You guys basically just go do you play games to, you guys go ahead and go have some fun. Go run. Go play recess. Sad. All right. This next video was again sent to us by our good friend Lee Hunt. Again, that's why he is today's producer. And let's see what this one is. And I could already tell this is going to piss me off because just looking at it, it looks like they're going to be whining and complaining about some dumb shit. Damn it, Hunt. Why must you do me like this? Entire screen, share audio, share. Oh, this is going to piss me off, isn't it? All right, let's do it. Full screen it.
U.S. recruits are whining about the military life on TikTok, and it could be a sign of a bigger problem.
You're not going to be able to say whatever you want to say. You're not going to be able to do whatever you want to do. You have to watch your mouth.
Duh.
I've literally been counseled because of a TikTok video.
Soldiers have been complaining about lack of privacy, bad food, and low pay.
We do not get paid enough for what we do. This shit is very goddamn like physically demanding, and the fucking army don't give a fuck if you fucked up. You better show up to PT, goddammit.
Many clips have been filmed by uniformed troops allegedly on U.S. military bases.
They have to be up for 24 hours, go outside in any inclement weather, and stay up. That would be enough reason for me to get out, to be honest, if I was in that predicament.
The Army really doesn't offer explanation for the rules. They just expect you to shut up and do it.
The posts appear to be another warning sign to the military leadership amid the ongoing recruitment crisis. According to Pentagon, the U.S. is set to enter the new year with the smallest military in more than 8 decades.
You know why? They probably went through the first 100 yards. That's why. That's why. They probably went through the first 100 yards and expected the rest of their fucking army experience to be like that. Look, man, let's go ahead and
U.S. recruits are whining about the military life on TikTok.
So I don't know what's going on back here. This almost looks like the beginning to any porno that I've seen before. If you know, you know. Y'all have seen it.
And it could be a sign of a bigger problem.
You're not going to be able to say whatever you want to say. You're not going to be able to do whatever you want.
This guy's a corporal. He's a corporal. He's a corporal, a non-commissioned officer.
You have to watch your mouth. I've literally been counseled because of a TikTok video.
Soldiers.
So, corporal, you were obviously a specialist who got promoted to corporal laterally for no reason whatsoever. And oh, boo-hoo-hoo, you got counseled because you put up a TikTok video. What was the content of your TikTok video? That's what I want to know. Share with us, what was the TikTok video about, corporal? And I could tell already that you were a shitty corporal simply because, guess what? Look at that. Pin on fucking rank on his cover. Garbage NCO right there already. You're just a stripe wearer. You are a stripe wearer, okay? That's it. And once I see the pin on rank on your head, I heard automatic. Look, y'all, I'm going to be 100% with you straight up. If you are an NCO and I start automatically just picking your uniform apart, I'm not going to lie. Pin on rank is the first automatic, like, how lazy are you, bro? Really? You could not go and get it sewn on? Really, you can't go down the street to the little Korean cleaners and have them sew your rank on your hat, on your soft cap or your uniform. Oh, but it's not mandatory for us to do that. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's also not mandatory for you to overachieve on your PT test, only minimum standard, right? So if you're going to be a bare minimum NCO or a bare minimum soldier, I should say, you shouldn't even be an NCO.
Of a TikTok videos.
Soldiers have been complaining about lack of privacy, bad food, and low pay.
All right. Lack of privacy. We're only going to dig into your fucking life when it's needed to. All right? If you give us reasons to dig into your private life, we will. I've shared it many a times with soldiers. Here's the biggest thing with soldiers. They get the beautiful start card. And guess what they do? They forget to pay that beautiful star card. And guess what happens next? The commander gets a letter from the star card. And guess what we got to do? Find out why you're not paying your star card. All right. Oh, but you guys come into our barracks rooms. We have to go in there to inspect how you're living. All right. Because some of y'all, if we didn't, live like hot garbage, messy as hell. I don't know how some of y'all have ladies or women that come and visit y'all, because that's nasty. If you wipe your ass the way you leave your barracks room, I'd hate to see what that starfish looked like. It's probably all crusted and has a field of goddamn potatoes back there. Good night. The pay, are you serious? You get paid pretty damn well. Why? Are they taking money out for medical? It sure ain't. Are they taking money out for your just insurance alone? Are they taking out money for health insurance? Nope. Are they feeding you every day? Yep. Is it the greatest food? No, but it's food. Let's see. Do they clothe you? They give you clothing allowance. All right, so let's not go there, bro. Nobody's telling you to go buy that goddamn charger. That's on you. That's on you going out trying to live above your means. And then what does your dumb ass do? You go and marry the first one that drops her panties to you, and it's probably her third marriage. You're the dumbass that went to go ahead, took her off the pole, thinking you're gonna make her a housewife, and nope. You marry her because you want the BAH. Then you wonder why there's a train being ran on her by the rest of your battle buddies. And it turns out that she probably fucked half your battle buddies before she even fucked you. But you were the dumb one to marry her. I'm just saying, bro. That's why we have to get into your personal life. That's why we have to counsel y'all. Well, I don't know if they do it now, but that's why I would counsel my soldiers. Hey, man. And it wasn't a negative counseling. It was just a counseling like, hey, this is just to reflect that I did have this conversation with you about marrying this person who you just met, or going to buy this vehicle that you can't afford. I had a fucking soldier who bought a goddamn vehicle that he couldn't afford to put gas in. Literally. I called him up. Hey, where you at? I don't have any gas for my truck. He couldn't come to formation because his vehicle didn't have any gas because he had to make a payment on his fucking truck. You know, I remember when I was a kid, when we used to bag on each other on the streets, there was this one bag that said, "Yo, mama's so stupid, she sold her car for gas money." This is kind of like that, but in reverse. Let's go.
We do not get paid enough for what we do.
This shit is very goddamn like physically demanding, and the fucking.
What did you expect? It's the military, and that's what I don't understand with these people. It's the fucking military. What did you think you were joining? What did you think you were joining?
Army don't give a fuck if you fucked up. You better show up the PT, goddammit.
Many clips have been filmed by uniformed troops allegedly on U.S. military.
If you see this, it's your sign to join the military and go travel the world. All right, first of all, I'm going to bring this back down to standards. That right there looks to me like a civilian who's wearing a costume, a uniform as a costume. That's what it looks like to me. That doesn't look professional to me. Doesn't look like a professional soldier at all. At all. But hey, let's keep dropping these standards so we can continue having these people like this complain about how bad they're having it.
Military bases.
They have to be up for 24 hours, go outside in any inclement weather, and stay up. That would be enough reason for me to get out, to be honest, if I was in that predicament.
So I don't know what they're talking about on that, because maybe staff duty? On staff duty, your CQ, you're up for 24 hours, but being realistic, all right? Let's be realistic. Anybody, I don't care how much of a stickler you were for regulations and how much you did everything by the book, we always gave our runners time to sleep. Always. All right. I, as an NCO, would give my Joes time to rest. And then they would come back, and then they would sit at the desk, and I would go rest. All right. And then around 4:30, 5 in the morning, we would both be awake at the door or at the table at the desk, so that when Sergeant Major walks in, we call at ease. Why? It's just how we did things, all right? It's just how we did things. So this bullshit of like, oh, we're up 24 hours. No, you're fucking not, dude. Don't be bullshitting a bullshitter.
Really doesn't offer explanation for the rule, and they just expect you to shut up and do it.
The post appears.
I do kind of have to agree with what homeboy just said. They tell you they don't explain they don't offer an explanation. They just expect you to just do it. All right, on that, I can feel homie on that one. Look, sometimes if there's an opportunity to go ahead and give you an explanation, we'll give you an explanation. Sometimes we just need to get shit done, all right, and just make it happen, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. I can feel him on that, because one thing I preferred about my soldiers is I wanted them to work for me, not only because they had to, because they wanted to. And you know, hindsight being 2020, I wasn't the best NCO. I was not by far the best NCO. I was one of those that lost their temper pretty fucking quickly, you know. But it was mainly because I expected more out of my Joes. The ones that I would get pissed off at the most would be the ones that I really had high expectations of. And when they didn't meet that expectation, that's when I would get pissed and I would lay into them. So shout out Stefan Schnabel. He was one of my go-getters, you know. Last time I checked, he was a sergeant first class, so he outranks me. I got to get a parade dress for his ass now. But that's one of my favorites that I've seen, you know, grow up into this military. I've seen a lot of my old Joes, you know, that are now senior NCOs, and it feels good, you know, to think that I at least had a little bit of doing with that molding. I wasn't the greatest NCO, but I did try to provide them purpose of what they were doing, because part of being a leader within the Army leadership is, you know, to provide purpose, direction, and motivation. So I do agree with what he's saying, but there's a lot of things that sometimes it's just do as you're told, and then later we'll explain.
Appear to be another warning sign to the military leadership.
Look, another fucking corporal. What I say? Another fucking corporal. Can't have pin on. What is so difficult about just cutting this off and sewing it up here? It's not that hard, bro. Other than that, your uniform.
Amid the ongoing.
Another one with pin on. What is it? 10th Mountain? Come on, 10th Mountain. You could be better than that. At least they got their covers on correctly, kind of.
Recruitment crisis. According to Pentagon, the U.S. is set to enter the new year.
My back hurt from always asking the supervisor, can the division go home early?
Here with the smallest military in more than 8.
You know what's funny? You know what? Hold on.
8 decades.
You know what's funny about that right there? A lot of profile writers, you know, act like that. They write profiles, or as they call them in the Navy or in the Marine Corps, chits. They write them so they could get away from doing any kind of like hard work or any PT. But then on the weekend, they'd be dancing just like he did out in the club. But anyways, y'all, that's what I got for today. That's today's reaction. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know if your prior service. Let me know what y'all thought about if your prior service Army. Let me know what you think about the shark attack being taken away and 100 yards being implemented. And if you're you know what, civilians too, let me know what y'all think, man. And then also let me know what y'all think on the second video with the crybabies up there. Maybe it's because they had the first 100 yards and not the shark attack. So anyways, with that being said, that's all I got for today, y'all. This is Deelow, the vet bro. About to let you go. Deuces, y'all. Oh, before I forget, it should be up here somewhere on one of these sides. There's going to be a link to the podcast I did with Leon. Y'all go and check that out, all right? If you haven't done so yet, smash that subscribe. If you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like what you saw, give me a thumbs down. But either way, I need you to comment what you did dig or what you didn't dig. And let me know in the comments. Let's have a conversation, man. Let's conversate in there. Or even though the word is converse, not conversate. Let's go ahead and have a interaction in the comments, all right? Love, peace, and hair grease. Deelow the vet bro. Out, y'all. Deuces.